Hello viewers, just like I told you, I have with me today Yinka, Adeniyi, a best-selling author. And he's here to talk about the book. Just like I told you, this program is Be Responsible. There are people that are doing things right in our society, and they are making things happen. They're making the difference. This country is a very good country, and the people that make it to be good are the responsible people you find in it. That's why we're challenging everyone watching us that they should be responsible. This is a very responsible person in the house. Went to the university to read something even that you wouldn't think it can come up with a kind of book like this. You're welcome to this program.
Thank you very much.
Yinka. Please, can you tell people at home just a bit about yourself?
Okay, my name is Yinka Adeniyi. I studied chemical engineering from University of Lagos.
That's serious.
And presently, I do more of motivational speaking. I try to challenge the youths. And I'm also passionate about writing. I know that majority of the people that we have these days, they don't have this taste for reading. So I'm more of someone that can actually motivate people to read and to become something in life. That's one of the callings that I have as an individual. And as a youth, I try to be a motivator, not just a motivational speaker now. There are two different things. I want to live by example. I want to tell people this is the way you do it, and I also want to do what I preach. So that's it about me. Thank you.
That's quite interesting. You see, when I was reading this book, I felt so challenged because every sentence, every chapter will motivate you. And you said something about life is not all about duration, but about donation. So what did you mean by that?
Okay, thank you very much. What I was trying to depict in that chapter is you don't have to live life just like a Methuselah, and you are not actually contributing anything. I discovered that a lot of people just live life, like every normal person. A lot of people add to the population of the universe, of the earth, and they don't have something substantial to contribute. And I want to raise a generation that would leave a mark in their time. Not people that will just come and add to the problems of the country or add to the problems of the generation. We want people that would be able to stand for something positive, stand for something that they can live and generations unborn can make reference to them in future. So that's what I mean by life is not about the duration. You don't just have to live life, for donkey years, and yet you can't pinpoint something that you have done that people will remember you for when you leave the face of the earth. So that is what it actually means.
Just like we remember some people that have lived, some of our leaders that we can refer to, they contributed immensely. All right, that's quite challenging. You said there are two things that people will remember you for. Two major things that people will remember you for after you've gone. Well, I think you can talk more on that.
All right. Basically, what I highlighted in that chapter is there are two things people will definitely remember you for in life. The problems you created for them and the ones you solved for them. Now, everybody has a problem in one way or the other. And people are looking for those that can bring solutions to their problems. So if you are somebody that can't provide a solution, definitely people will remember you all through their lifetime. This is somebody that solved my problem. Let's take an example of the Microsoft world. Let's take an example of the IT world. Bill Gates has solved a lot of problems for so many people today. And I don't think anybody living on the face of the earth can ever forget Bill Gates. But there are some other people that have caused us problems of a lifetime. And at the same time, people will remember them. So which one do you want to be remembered for is the choice now. You have to choose, okay, do you want the positive one or the negative one? So that's actually what that chapter is trying to talk about. We need to remember you for something good and not the other way around.
For instance, now this book you've written, I believe that for life, people will remember you for it. All right, so we should live for something specific that we want people to remember us for. And most importantly, we should solve problems for people. Because if you do not solve problems, in fact, I think, what came to my mind when I was reading your book is if you don't solve problems for people, you can't be a neutral person, you'll be a nuisance. You'll be a nuisance. So it's either you're a nuisance or you're a problem solver.
Please let me come in there. Somebody was saying something that in life, you can't actually sit on the fence. It's either you get celebrated or you celebrate other people. You can't actually be on the middle, as in the fence. You have to put yourself in a position where people can actually celebrate you, or else you celebrate others. I take an example of people that play football or people that watch football. I'm not, you know, too much of a football fan. But I believe that the number of people that watch football and celebrate footballers today, if you compare them with the number that actually get celebrated in the real sense, you know, there's a wide difference. I look at people, the way they kill themselves about, you know, people like the Drogbas of this world, the Kanu Nwankwo and all that. And sometimes I ask them, what are you doing for people to also celebrate you like this? Okay, so those are the messages we are trying to pass across to the youth. Okay, they are still young, you still have, you know, the energy, you still have, you know, the life, you still have the vision, you have the brain. You can also think of something that you can do that people all over the world can also celebrate you. So that was actually the crux of that message.
Great. Viewers, you can hear this man out. He has a lot to share with the youth of nowadays, and he has put his thoughts together in a book. I encourage everyone that is well-meaning to get this book. As written by Yinka Adeniyi. Versatile, really versatile. I'll be back after this time out. Don't go away. You're welcome back. You're still on Be Responsible. We bring people on this program who will show people how to be responsible by what they do. They are well-meaning people in the society, and they do something, they wake up to do something to inspire other people on how to do things right. I have with me today an author, a motivator. He's reaching out to the youth to encourage them to do something with their lives while they still have the energy. And you know, with me today, Yinka Adeniyi has been talking on the book that he has written. This book is magnificent. The magic of reinventing yourself. And Yinka has been talking about you know, two things that people will remember you for when you die. Everything contained in this book. Then he spoke about, you know, you're not sitting on the fence. It's either you're celebrated or you celebrate others. Then I saw something else when I was reading this book, that the secret of living is giving. Yeah. Please, I want you to tell them, because many people don't know that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Basically, I would like to do a little bit of an exercise. Okay. There are 3 words that we want to, you know, juxtapose. Yeah. Now, let us look at live and give, or live and take. Okay. Which one sounds more alike? Which one rhymes more?
Yeah, live and give.
That's live and give.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the simple formula I came up with. Okay. In other words, for you to live, you have to give. Living is not by taking. Living is by giving. So what are you giving, you know, to people around you? You know, a lot of people just want to feel, okay, I don't have so much to give, or probably I don't have money, I don't have, you know, the talent and all that. But I tell you, it's not true. Everybody created on the face of the earth, you have one thing or the other to give. Okay, don't let anybody deceive you that you don't have anything to offer. You know, most of the times this is a lie that a lot of people imbibe into themselves, and they live life for donkey years. At the end of the day, they live and they die. Nobody gets to remember them for anything. I tried to come up with examples some time ago, and I was like, if you mention a name like Michael Jordan, okay, something comes to your mind. If you mention a name like Kanu Nwankwo, something comes to your mind. Mention a name like Djokovic, something comes to your mind. Now, if you look at all those people, they have given something, okay? So people remember them for years to come. But what about you? If they mention your name, what can people get to pinpoint about you? What can people remember you for, even when you die? So that's the, the basic message I'm trying to pass across there. The secret of living is giving. You have something to give. Somebody's solution is actually tied to you, to your destiny. So don't just hide yourself and feel, oh, I don't have anything to offer, I'm just there. God has not created you to just be a number added to some other people. No, God has created you unique, and you must bring out that uniqueness in you by giving something to somebody. That's it.
That's quite interesting. The secret of living is giving. I think the best thing is for you to get a copy of this book, because it will change your life around. I want to suggest that your library is not complete yet until you have this book by Yinka Adeniyi. It's very interesting. We don't have all the time, but before we go, I still want Yinka to talk about one more thing. You know, when I was reading the book, you said you are not yet a success until you make other people succeed. You cannot say you're successful until you make other people succeed. You know, many people feel they are successful just because they have succeeded themselves. But looking around, they've not really made other people to succeed. So why did you say that? Enlighten people on that.
Okay, good. One mentality I'm trying to create in the minds of the youth of our generation, because a lot of people have this wrong notion or have this misconception about success. And to me, success is not about having cars, a lot of money in your bank account. No. For me, success is about you bringing other people to yourself. You can also make them succeed. If you are a success without a successor, then you are not a success, you are a failure. If nobody can actually outlive, as in live after you, carrying the same thing that you carried or living with the same vision you actually lived with, then you are not yet a success. You are just somebody that existed. Okay, so that's what we're trying to say there. You need to become a success by making other people around you succeed. I would like to give an example of this Yoruba saying that says, Olowo kan láàrin òtòṣì mẹ́fà, òtòṣì di méje. In other words, what he's trying to say, for those that don't understand what I just said, if you're a rich man in the midst of 6 poor people, then you're as good as or as bad as being poor yourself. All of you are poor. You have 7 poor people. So what it means is you have to also make other people succeed around you. Have people that you can mentor. Have people that you can look for. That they can look forward to you someday and tell you, okay, fine, this was my mentor. This was somebody that made me succeed. If people cannot make reference to you, then I'm sorry, you're not yet a success. So that's what we're preaching in that particular chapter. Some other chapters in that book also talks about personal success. What do you define as your own personal success? Okay, is it about the number of cars you have or the number of houses you have in Banana Island? No. It is about the number of people you have made to succeed, the investment you have made in your generation. That is what makes you successful. So that is why, if you look at our generation these days, you look at people, when you mention their names, it's not about the amount of money that they had when they were alive. Or you look at them and you are seeing them as role models in the society. Those are people that we really call successful people. And that is the same thing we want all our youths in this generation to also imbibe. Become a success, not only for yourself or your family members, but for people around you. Let your community feel that somebody like Yinka Adeniyi was on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That's quite interesting. You've heard that success is all about you making other people to succeed. Really, after you are gone, nobody will remember you if you've not impacted the lives of other people. If you've trained someone, you have expertise in something, and you've trained about 100 people in the same line, and those people to train 100 people each along the same line, your success will outlive you, because they will always refer to you as the originator of that success. So that's why we're encouraging people to make other people succeed. And that's the only way that your success can last forever. Yinka, I'm so glad that I brought you on this program. And I'll be more happy if people can get a copy of this book and put it in their library. They can even take a chapter and read it a week or a day. There are exercises at the end of each chapter for everybody to practice. This is a very practical book written by a young man that is challenging people to be responsible. This is Be Responsible Telecast, and you will be hearing people that will talk about what they do, how they are adding to the lives of other people. In short, where other people are taking to crime, where other people are stealing and doing some bad things. Some people that have vision are taking responsibility to change the lives of other people around them. They are responsible, and we're challenging you to be responsible. Just like in Adeniyi today, be responsible. Till I come your way next time on this same program, bye for now.